we getting a Le Seraphim comp?
Yeah, this is a Le Seraphim.
Of course.
That's what they're doing, chat. They're dancing, see?
It's not quite the synced choreo dance that's gonna be coming out, but it's definitely as close as you can get to it.
Le Seraphim, yep.
I'm all for it, but no.
I will say, chat,
know they have
one thing I
to
will
take
say
incredibly
is I really
seriously.
think
They
the
are going to be
collab
going
has been
for the
awesome
most
because
meta
I've seen so many people
competition
excited
currently,
about it.
which is that Sigma.
It also
So you
means
can't
that, like,
actually stick
when it comes to
on that
collabs that,
to
like,
be
Blizzard's
able to
willing to do
burst
now in
right
Overwatch,
out
it's
having
just
to
so many
worry
things they
about
can
the
do.
shift, but he
So
decides
I
to
love it.
build
I think it's been
into that
awesome.
Sojourn
I think
to
it's
look
been
for that
absolutely
balance and
awesome
have
to see.
peak potential.
So many people have been excited.
One of
They've
these
really done
players
some really cool
down
things with it.
to
It's really,
lag
really cool.
too far behind the Sigma shield.
So,
And this Soldier 76 Sojourn combination of the two, maybe we'll see if it's too much for the likes of Brazil to deal with. They've already rotated around the backside of the point. Both teams kind of switching sides. Noxious, the first one to
really
come
good
out
start for
top.
Canada. And like I said, I didn't think they were going to run the Arista comp today because they're running when they have Cal in there, they're not running the speed boost comp. They're running the like Bappa Yari DPS comp, as we can see.
As Cal and Seeker get another two.
I mean, just a great start for Canada.
Yeah, support BDW. It's really the enduring storyline for Ilari players in the World Cup. She does so much damage, as well as having that mobility with the jump on the shift to be able to look for those.
Does that nerf make them
Just the way
unplayable?
you'd expect
No,
something like
I
this
can't really
against
comment on that though
the
either. I think it gives them more
Brazil are
survivability.
going to have a tough time ahead of them
I
if
don't
they
know.
want to try and push
That
this
is a
point. They don't have that
we will
lead, so
see.
they're going to try and match damage
I think
for
Zen will still be
damage.
playable.
So if they get
Just
stuck too
just
long
play
on this
more
rotation,
manageable to play
this
against.
enables Seeker and Noxious so much time to find a kill before the
I think the
first
225 HP is actually like is low key gonna fall under the radar with Zen for a while. I think it's still Zen will still be
A ton of
good.
damage into Svenko, who has to kind of run away
So.
around the corner. Seeker takes some poke though, can't get some direct healing until the pylon's there. Cal already found that opening pick on a Svenko, falls as well into Dalka.
This is a comp that like yep, rock.
Once more.
This is a comp that
Canada have already crossed that 50%
Canada
mark.
really wants to
Yeah, when you're
play
running both
also.
the Soldier and
Plus,
the
what I'll
Sojourn,
say is
you have just
False is a really
such
good Sigma, so this is
pincer
really
maneuver that you can take advantage
this
of
is like
when
a
you're
good comp.
defending. Look at how Team Canada are currently split. They've got False anchoring on that point. He's sort of baiting Team Brazil into trying to go for the Sigma, and then that's when you're going to see these two pockets of teams actually collapse in and pin
Good window.
whoever tries to
So
step
that's just basically an angle. We talked about this before on this map where you play the Soldier 76 side angle and you just play on opposite sides. It makes it really hard for them to make a play. And they can't dive the Soldier because of that.
Oh my god, you get deleted by Seeker. On the outside as well, two already removed for Brazil, and now the overclock.
Hey Monk, hope you have a good Halloween and a great time at BlizzCon. Please wear that Hammond onesie on stream.
Yeah, but Noxious
Thank you for the
is still
333. I don't think that's
Brazil
happening, but
is going
thank
to
you.
have
I
to
appreciate it.
capture
Happy
some
Halloween to you
as well
too.
with that slow potential, so Team
I miss
Brazil
this is a
are
great,
going to actually swap back
great
onto the
first
Kira
round by
as soon as
Canada
he
right here.
finds the attack.
They're touching this last second. I mean, Dalka runs into the point. Overtime will tick down, but he goes down instantly.
This is just been-
Also, the Sun is out, but the visor from Noxious is here. Just to combine with it as well. I mean, he got an overclock from Ludwig, but he's got no more teammates remaining on the point. Canada with a nice 100-0 start.
But keep in mind, chat, one thing I want to point out with, like, when you play Control or Koth, you'll hear it called sometimes too. Each map plays differently, which is really cool about Control, is like, a map that isn't going to be your strongest might be in other teams, and then you might be strong at the other two maps. So I would say, even though that was an absolute roll by Canada right there, don't be surprised to see a closer matchup into this round.
You can look forward to just contest and maybe find a
In my
flip to be able to stall out for as long as you potentially can, but that just does not happen. Now we head into Mecha base, and it's going to be all about who can control these chokes. These maze are going to start to come into play. Whoever wins the first fight is going to be at such a huge advantage.
Oh yeah, I mean, Canada obviously feeling confident there, starting with that opposition, like you mentioned, just to get the dance off.
So it looks like Canada is running the Lucio comp. So this is like a situation where
Very different composition compared to Brazil, who
Brazil went with the Sigma Lucio comp. The reason why you go Lucio here is because you have to get through your chokes, just so you
A
know.
lot of value just moving forward with that javelin spin. Team Brazil going to use that Maywall, try and buy themselves some time to move away from the rush.
they're going so quick into Brazil at the moment. Immortality field already used. Cal
Pretty
goes
good
low.
rotation by Brazil actually.
Immortality field here.
Pretty good rotation.
For Canada,
That was well played.
Nice and healthy. Crimzo over the back as well. Just wants to find a bit of an off angle to regroup with this team to that window. The point has unlocked, by the way, but neither team.
Well, yeah, because they don't really have a play yet.
Regroup on it just yet. False goes low, but has that pocket.
Ooh, that's a good main wall. That's a good main wall. That might get it in a limb.
From Noxious to stop Brazil from rotating.
Brazil's going to get the point, but Canada's not really worried about that right now.
So they take that first
Like,
point.
chat, sometimes it's okay to give up that point to win the team fight. I mean, it is okay to do that. I think sometimes you'll find in ranked games, players will be like, no, we have to go to the point right away, right now. And sometimes it's okay to just give up the point, just to get the map control, the position in, all of that. And that's why you saw them not really care about the point at that point, because they have, what, 14% for an ult advantage? Map control? I take that. I take that. What was the Soul's position? That was good positioning, actually. It was designed around just playing around the map.
The way you deal with a Sigma being able to cancel with accretion, but False been doing such a good job of just fortify shifting in and taking up that space.
Yo, that was a good play.
Forced to defensively pop that amplification matrix and try and keep Dalka alive through it, but he just goes down immediately.
See, Canada's gonna love that trade. They were gonna window first, and now they're even on windows again. They're gonna take a little bit of a window advantage because they can just they can predict the poke damage now. So Canada will build up a really fast window because they can just predict some of this damage. Canada's gonna use their ult soon. They're gonna have somebody track, I think, in the middle part of the map, so they're gonna know that. Ooh, they didn't read the rotation yet. That is good for Brazil. Sometimes you want somebody to scout the top part to see if they rotate over, so you can make that play. We've seen some teams do that. That's going to be a well-placed Mayo. That's actually a very well-placed Mayo, because it's going to split up their team enough for Canada to be able to make a play. But as I say that, you get a huge pick onto the Bastion. This is a tough one to predict. I want to say, yeah, I think Brazil will take this team fight.
On the back keeps him nice and healthy, so now Canada in a bit of a weird situation where they lose Crimzo as well.
And that just, what that came down to right there, chat, was just the lack of scouting where they were going. If Canada was able to meet them at the doorway, then I don't think the team fight goes that way. But because they didn't scout it, Brazil made a really quick and decisive play and then took the team fight, which I thought was really well done. I thought that was really well done. Brazil has to lead in with window now because Canada's going to have a bit of an advantage. But yeah, they're doing the combo. The reason why they're ulting early is because they're going to combo with the wrist in a second.
Seeker immediately going to drop the artillery strike to make sure that Team Brazil do not get to use it as that delay.
Oh, what a play. What a play. Hi, buddy.
Off by that artillery strike, and then Crimzo was there at the final blow. Amplification making Crimzo there. Oh no, my God, what a javelin, or what a rock.
Yup, rock.
Off the map, Cal goes, so that's a big pick for the likes of Brazil, who have Svenko over the top with the overclock, but he's already so low and didn't get any healing. Into Seeker.
Good result.
Kills there too. False just gets the sustain with his own ultimate, and there goes Nile, but no, he easily gets back up.
Come here, buddy.
After having
the
ledge to climb over, but Dalka's gone too.
You hungry?
This is a weird situation.
We get some food here in a second if you want in between these rounds.
Noctis will find him eventually, as well as Canada.
Great job by Canada there. I do think we saw Brazil play a little bit more of what they want to play on that round. So it was a good map by Canada, so I'm really curious to see what map Brazil plays next. It looks like Brazil's running the Winston comp, but it could just be like they're just hecking around spawn.
No surprises that Team Brazil have got that Winston comp.
Brazil does like the Winston comp.
Putting Ludwig as well onto the Echo.
Yep.
This time, however, is not going to have a Mercy.
I feel like the Bastion's gonna. I don't know what's gonna happen here. This is interesting. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I guess maybe it's for Brazil at least in particular. It's a bit,
here we go.
Kind of.
No, I think Rio was played once before in the tournament. I think day one.
Shield break, right, against False.
Yeah, False is really going to be having to deal with a lot of those shots of Nile, but he is on the high ground, so can at least avoid that for now. Meanwhile,
I love how a lot of Yaris will play in the middle of the open because it's so hard to hit the hitbox at times. You just play in the middle of the open. You have a healing pylon. You can take some damage. It's great. You're building ult charge no matter what.
Stuck at that bus. I mean, they got no speed.
That's tough for the Zen.
Immediately with the grenade onto the Zenyatta. Removes Nile.
This is a
soon to follow, and same with Ludwig.
That Bastion is gonna have a good time against that comp for a little bit.
Yeah, Team Canada.
Just for when ults happen, it will change a bit. Yeah, they went Mercy. Yep.
False was not being pressured.
So they're going Mercy just to pocket the Echo to try to make a play because the Zen won't get any value. The Zen won't even be able to get a good Discord off.
And Team Brazil now are going to prioritize the Echo pick.
Yep, so you go Echo to just go more dive heavy on them with Echo, which can work. This can very much work. It just depends what Canada's reaction to it is right away.
And the peel from the rest of the team is strong.
Here, yep.
And Seeker stays standing.
We'll see what happens.
This is a really sick setup for Canada. I mean, they've got their supports on like this off angle back left. You can't really dive them, and they're continually pumping damage into you. And
yeah,
look,
it's just their
Svenko and Neil fall.
The problem is the Bastion does so much damage output against the Winston comp that even like I don't even think they're gonna nano the Winston at this point because the Winston won't even do anything. Like the Winston creates space, but the nano itself, like I think is gonna go to the Echo. I think they're gonna nano the Echo.
Playing for nano boost. If the push fails when you've got a nano boosted either Echo or Winston, that's when you get concerned. And because so much time has passed as well, Team Canada have both support ultimates to be able to peel that nano boost when it comes out.
That was a nice nade onto false.
There you go.
In love with actually getting that kill.
Oh, they did nano the Winston.
It back, and then oh my God.
They did nano the Winston, but like I feel like
then with the immediate ultimate finds Niall. That's 3 solo kills basically for Cal there. Drops back.
Hope you enjoyed some support gameplay right there, chat.
However, the damage is already done to Brazil. I mean, surely Ludwig falls here. The pocket is there for Noxious. They did lose the Nano too, man. Oh, it's so brutal. Noxious has to fall back to the point, though. Brazil is still trying to
use it on Winston.
At the moment, they actually, with the primal wave, are able to find Crimzo. Although it is traded back, Seeker finds the kill. Artillery strike here as well.
That was a primal Winston, chat.
Brazil at the moment.
Just
so
you know,
heavily on this
that was a primal Winston. That wasn't like that was.
So Brazil are still in this.
That was great.
Point has to recall. Surely they could find him. Ludwig's found Seeker. The pulse bomb connects for nothing. On the
False is gonna go down there. I think this is just gonna be a. I think Canada might be able to go for one more touch here, but I think it's better if they just.
To claim this point in just a second.
I'll see what they do. Yeah, I was gonna say, set up for second. You already had a good first point. It's not worth trying to give up a little bit of map control for that.
Yeah, Canada.
Oh, that was great.
At that point, prioritizing holding the high ground so they can get Seeker into a position to.
You said wouldn't Zarya be good here against Bastion and Sigma? No.
That duplicated form, and they want to deprive.
Bastion's already so good against Zarya. Zarya would get shredded.
Moving through streets.
Absolutely shredded. Are the nerfs live in the World Cup? No, it won't be live in the World Cup. Oh, nice shot.
When they can do what they just did, but False has found Svenko.
Zarya would get shredded.
And that just sends Brazil kind of further back as well, as Canada just look to take this aggressive position towards the payload.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Genji swap come through eventually from Ludwig if this duplication
Brock?
fails. Seeker being set up on that high ground is going to be so hard to be able to eject, but False is taking so much pressure.
Oh, that was an ultimate.
Use the duplicate onto Seeker with the Bastion to be able to push False away so he's not able to peel and keep Seeker standing.
They're all both really low, though.
Two coming back. I mean, this keeps happening as well for Brazil, and Ludwig in particular. His entire team dies around him, but he still finds his.
You have a slight advantage now, yeah. Good job by False backing out here, because if he stays there, he's going to get rolled by just the respawns being close. But don't be surprised to see Canada be really aggressive with one of their ultimates right now. Whether that's a Window or a Sigma ultimate, they're going to be aggressive. They might try to do maybe the combo of Sigma and a Yari, which could make sense, but it's really just going to be with the communications at that point. There's the Window. Oh, actually, they didn't even do the Sigma combo now. Oh, wow, someone... Yep.
To ignore that damage reduction with this amplification matrix doubling.
This is a good push on the Winston.
Yeah, I mean, they've only lost one, though, for how many ults were committed at the very least. However, that was, that Baptiste Window, Captive Sun, Pulse bomb there. It's really hard for Brazil. Who
take high ground control.
Now have the Valkyrie ready to go for next fight.
Take high ground.
It's going to be so hard.
Oh, you think Hog would be good here? Yeah, I could definitely see that, for sure.
The damage coming through from False's Flux. The only one who can actually cancel it is Exfil with that sleep dump.
Come back, Seeker with the artillery.
Oh, that was such a good eat. Like, it didn't look like it was, but like eating all the stickies and they get it, that was just good. That was good. Sergeant Brain, thanks for the 26 months. 26 months?
They're just going to have to back up.
Well played so far.
A minute and 20 seconds left on the clock.
It's a very common strategy for these teams to turn to when you're dealing with a pocketed Echo or Pharah. You go after the Ana to force the Mercy away from that pocket roll.
USA plays tonight.
Position to get that resurrection, and then you chase down the players knowing that they don't have
Sigma all time
attached to them, and they're then vulnerable. And it's something that Team Canada have been able to do again and again and again so far this map.
Has to be worried about grouping up here at the moment because Noxious is able to find the kill on the Nile and also on his Svenko. He's been so good, by the way, for Team Canada on Tracer. I know that was a talking point leading into the games.
Don't you love seeing Winston out trying to get value and the HP goes down to like 10 right away?
Above where he was before on Tracer.
Yeah, he's excelled immensely at this role. Talking to him before even heading into Team Canada's conference, he was just really happy to get a chance to show and prove himself in that DPS role, and he is doing that, and then some. Has the pulse bomb as well to try and attach onto one of these players in the backline. Doesn't even have to worry about baiting the shift from the Sigma in case it gets cancelled. Noxious is just living his best life.
Yeah, this is the reason why I haven't seen a Sigma ult yet, though, is because it's so hard to get value against their comp with Sigma ult, so it's probably gonna just save for a dive on supports. And once they dive the supports, just Sigma ult whoever they dive, and then just go from there.
Huge moment if they want a chance to win as we enter overtime.
That's a good ult.
Immortality field pop as well. Seeker finds Neil though. No, that's terrible. They don't have their tank to help them in this fight. Noxious also finds Nile. Ludwig's able to trade back one.
Basically, the ult was being used as more of a survivability tool than it was anything else. It's really good patience.
Any further in the streets phase, Canada.
It's really good patience in my opinion. That was well played. That was well played.
For so long as well because he is waiting for Team Brazil to make.
Let's see how their attack is though.
Nano boost, and then he throws in the flux to disrupt any momentum that a nano boosted entrance to a fight should provide.
Well, that's the kind of the comp they're working around, Thrillium. That's their team comp there. They might change it on defense a little bit, but yeah, we'll see.
Play around specific cooldowns, like you see in the Sigma versus Mirror matchup, where you're constantly concerned about the other Sigma using accretion to be able to cancel it. Even if you're going up against something like an Orisa with that javelin throw, you can get stunned out of it. With a Doomfist punch, you can get punched out of it. The way that we saw KSG a little bit earlier in this week being able to pull that off. When you're up against a Winston,
Con, thanks for the 4 months Thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you. Hit the circle in the right space.
Yeah, I mean,
they play in front of each other. They're in the same room, but they have noise cancel and headphones on that they won't be able to hear anything from the other team. And they're opposite sides. It's not like they're right next to each other. They can't high five.
It was their defense.
They're not next to each other. They can't just high five each other, but they're pretty far across the room.
Play a different competition for breaking this point A.
Oh, here we go again.
False is incredibly flexible in terms of what composition he can play. I love as well that Team Canada are just doing this after every single round.
Yep.
They may not be locking the full Le Seraphim strategy in, but they're definitely channeling that energy into
I'm just looking for good
match.
matches.
Love to see these players having fun because it is a very stressful situation for them. So the fact that they're taking a little bit of that pressure off of their shoulders allows them to really play at their own comfort level.
Always good to me. Brazil now on the defensive side. Svenko gets the first pick on the Noxious.
Here we go.
Who is setting up towards the main side. Nice shot from
Doc, thanks for the 6 months to tier 1. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you.
Pick.
They are running the Winston comp still. This is False is a really good diva also, so you running diva against that makes sense. Basically, Canada's gonna take map control, set up for a dive. Winston won't get much value because of the diva and the Winston. I mean the diva and the Bastion. They're gonna take map control as they go. They're not gonna give him an early pick or try not to. Check, we get some blankets here for Scargle with the 5 gifted. Thank you, Scargle. I appreciate it.
And now he's gonna be taking a lot of pressure coming through from Cal on that off angle and alley.
Yeah, they can switch out a pick in here. Yeah, of course.
Just puts him in a worse situation.
This was a situation where Canada just prioritized spending a minute to get the control of the map. Brazil kept backing up, waiting for something to happen. Like they were waiting for an early pick or waiting for something. They couldn't get that early pick. Canada took the map, and eventually at a certain point, you just can't do anything.
Team Brazil don't really have anything to try and bait out.
You just can't do anything at that point. That's exactly what happened. That was a good play.
Running the Ana without something
yes, they just died here today. Yeah.
Looter, you're always going to have these problems arising in your backline with Noxious just getting to absolutely free farm. Neil's always going to be playing really aggressive, trying to buy that space, that distraction for Ludwig and Svenko to be able to try and do the exact same thing to Team Canada's supports. But first of all, they need to win these 1v1s. The Tracer
Canada has window.
To stop that
they're gonna have to.
Did you see that grenade from Seeker? It just bounced off 4 walls and still connected on the Ludwig there. I mean, it didn't result in the kill, but that was nuts. Ludwig in the copy.
Ooh, that might be an early pick on their Yari. That's good. That window, though, you can't even peek that.
Went on the backside as well to sustain for Canada, though. Even though they're missing a member of their team.
They're so low.
Noxious to a nice knee from Xville as well. Their artillery strike couldn't go through.
That was a good first, second point fight for Brazil. That was
Canada
good.
Just have 4 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. But Brazil,
that wasn't bad.
Semi-team fight win there.
They've got high ground as well now, and this is huge because now they have space to be able to play around those cooldowns that we talked about, right? Bait, Seeker into using that transformation, and then disengage.
They're not sure on that one, Ellie, what they're doing with it.
They don't have a lot of space to be able to back up to. It's only this rooftop, and Pulses are already chasing, pressuring, trying to.
Ooh, that's a good play. Yeah, that Pulse.
Too early
Mercy can't get a res off. Doesn't even have Val. The recall will go up there too. Yeah, I was gonna say that's it. That's just the game.
4 months of amazing content.
There's nothing Brazil can do at that point. Canada played well. Canada played well. Frag, Sniper, thanks for the 4 months of 2. I think you appreciate it.
Only a few meters left, a bit of dancing on the cart and celebration, and that was a very smooth 2-0 for Team Canada.
Strong showing coming through from Team Canada. This is actually something that occurred in
Canada played that very well. I mean, they just came prepared. They had good strategy, good map control. They played solid Overwatch today. Canada did.
And smarter.